Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel. This is Shakie my love. So it's been long since we sat down for a chit chat. So today we're going to talk about rebranding, how I found out that I needed to rebrand for my fashion business, because I reached a time where I was giving up on it. I reached a time where I couldn't sit down, I couldn't think about what to design, what to produce and all that, because it was draining me. But in the due course of giving up journey, I saved myself and my business. So recently I've been making, and currently I've been making like insane attires, outfits, and I've been making insane sales. So this is Shakie my love, and this is my story. So I started my fashion business. You all know I make these clothes, and most of the clothes that I wear on this platform. So I started 2 years ago. I started my YouTube, but I wasn't in Uganda and I was very stressed by the time I decided to open up my YouTube channel. So I did open it up because I was learning fashion, but I was not in school. I was actually doing everything online. I was learning everything online from online. And before we go any further, everything that I know in fashion and every outfit, every design, anything that I know in fashion, I never went to school for it. So I was stressed and I decided to do some DIYs, because where I was, I couldn't access a lot of things. So I decided to buy a sewing machine, and I decided to embark on my dream of being a fashion designer. We all know it's not the profession that I went to school for, but I love it. It has always been my dream, and I did something different in school. I'm not saying I don't love it. I do love it. I practice it, but fashion was always my first priority. So I decided to buy a sewing machine. I bought my sewing machine at 1.6, the first sewing machine, and it was a good one because it literally does everything. So I started doing DIYs when I was away, and yeah, I wasn't selling, but I was just learning and practicing. So when I opened up this channel, I decided to share my journey in fashion and sewing and learning that process. But after like 1 year, I think I got somehow disorganized, and I felt like you guys and people who had discovered my channel weren't so welcoming. Like, people weren't so ready to learn. Now I've made a lot of bad decisions, but today I decided to make a bad decision. Do you know what I did? I chose to film with a front camera. Like, I literally don't do this, but we are going to use that for some reasons. So guys, I decided to learn, and when I was growing, after like 1 year, I felt like I was demoralized by the views. I was demoralized by the subscribers. Like, they weren't increasing, views weren't coming, people weren't commenting. Like, YouTube can be really draining, really draining, especially when you're new on this app. So I decided to when I came back home, I decided to really embark on that dream. I was going through a lot, but I literally did not give up on it. So when I came, I decided to be doing everything that I'd learned, and I decided to open up a business. Like, I had a location. My business is fully registered, but the first 5 months, they were the hardest. I put in a lot and I wasn't making sales. There is a month, like 3 months, in like the first 3 months, I did not make any sales, any. So I got so stressed. Like, I was paying a lot of money, and I had really a dream, like a big one. I wanted to do it so bad. So I decided to push. After like 6 months, I was like, no, this is not working. So I took there is a girl that I follow. She's called Smire. She does hijabs, but she's on TikTok and Instagram, but mainly on Instagram. I discovered her from Instagram. So she was doing everything. She was narrating her story, and she was doing it from home. I did not know anything about online business, so I was so stressed about the rent. I was paying double rent from home and then at my workplace. So it was too much, yet I wasn't making any sales. Okay, so I registered my business. I did everything that I could in my power and position, but things never worked. So I decided to change, and I decided to come back home. I just woke up one day and I was like, next month I'm not paying this rent. I'm not. So I decided to embark on doing online business. But when I left my workplace, I brought all my things. The home I was in, by then it was very small. It couldn't accommodate everything, and I couldn't get a good, like, a sewing space for me. Like, it was literally very small. So I started looking for an apartment or for a house to change so that I can still work. But it was very hard. Fortunately, after like 2 months, I got a home, which I'm in right now. So I tried to embark on it. I did not pick up immediately, but after like 4 months of leaving my workplace, I went like through a lot of depression. It was real, and I decided to leave. I was giving up. I'd given up on it. I still wanted it. I loved it, but I was hurting from how much I invested in my time and all that. You understand if you open up a business. So after like 5 months, my brother was like, you know what? I know you love fashion. I know you can do it. You're not going to give up now. Not now. At least not now. He pushed me to start over. He pushed me. He advised me. He was there for me. He did everything he could in his power for me to go back to sewing. So I picked up my machine. I actually had even packed it. I was really tired of it. So after like 5 months, I started sewing again. So when I was sewing, I was doing everything, like anything. I could do suits, I could do Bitenji, African fabrics, like Ankara fabrics, I could do trousers, I could do like literally anything. But remember, I wasn't making sales, but I was doing clothes and posting them. Now, I was scrolling one day. I was scrolling. Remember, you have to buy fabrics and you're using it. You're just investing in. So one day I was on this platform and I was scrolling. I landed on a page on someone who was doing the same thing, and she was talking about how she rebranded, and that video changed my life. Like, it really changed my life. It changed the way I was seeing myself, because I was literally almost seeing myself as a failure, like as a fashion designer who has failed, But later, when I watched that, I gained some power. She showed her progress, like her process. It was really hard, and I was like, really, you're not really so bad, love, because it was so bad for her. But later, after watching that, I was like, but you can do it. I can do it. So by then, I had stopped doing fashion. I embarked on being consistent on this platform, but I was missing it because primarily I had started this channel for fashion, like primarily for fashion. But I had failed myself because I think I lost it on the way. But I realized I wasn't doing the right things. Yeah, that's what I realized. I wasn't doing the right things. And when I realized that, I started polishing. I started tackling the areas that needed my help. And trust me, in the previous months, I've been seeing the progress. I've been consistent on this platform, YouTube. I've been consistent in my designs. I've been consistent on everything, on every platform, Instagram. And guess what? I've almost worked. I think we shall talk about that later, but I never imagined that this year would end with me working with big brands, and it has happened. Like, I never imagined it, but I only used the things that I had and my brand to push myself, like my fashion brand or business and my personal brand, to build myself into a person that I'm proud of right now, So previously, in a couple, like, I think in a period of between 3 to 4 months now, I think from September up to now, up to date, things have not been so bad. I increased, like, my customers increased. I think a lot happened. So, but all this happened after rebranding. So I made a video one day after, you will see it after where to buy fabrics from. And in that video, I told you guys that I was rebranding. I wasn't going to be doing everything, because one of the major problems that I discovered that were failing me and my brand was not being particular in my deliveries. I don't know whether I'm making sense. I was doing everything, and my brand, like, I wanted to create something that if maybe you're there and you think about a certain outfit, you're going to think about me. When you're there and you think about a certain streetwear, you're going to think about my brand. That's what I was going for. So I decided to rebrand, and I stopped doing everything. So I first did like embarked on doing 2 pieces, like, yeah, killers and elegant 2 pieces, and that was my third 2 piece, after like making a lot of samples and settling with such outfits. And then after I incorporated that with this, because I always wanted to create these clothes, such clothes, and trust me, the reception this brand got after me changing and rebranding and after deciding on doing such clothes, it was like 6 times better than the reception I had received in the previous year. That's to be honest. So when people did not buy things there and then, but I got like the interaction, the appreciation that only pushed me to work harder and stick to my choice, my decision that I had made. And trust me, when I made the first collection and I launched it, I've got many orders. Like, I've made sales like never before, and I'd never imagined that it will ever work. And remember, I'm doing all this online currently. I think one thing I've realized, learning doesn't end. Learning will never end. You have to learn everything every day, and that has helped me to make more sales, because before I did not even know that you have to maybe have a certain target audience. I did not know that you have to, like, I did not know what to do with my brand. The only thing I used to do was to create a cloth and then post it. I told people to buy and all that, but it really doesn't start, like, it doesn't stop at that. You have to put in the work, like real work. You might be having the best designs, but if you're not doing the extra, of course you'll never see the results. So I'm really happy about that. And guys, for the first time since I rebranded, I'm going to take this opportunity to thank each and everyone who has worked with me, to thank each and everyone who has supported me and supported my brand and my designs. Guys, I really appreciate. I do appreciate you. I do love you so much, and I never imagined strangers will support me more than people that I know, more than my family, my friends and relatives, and everyone that I thought were close. So it doesn't start with the closest people that you know or you have. It starts with those people who believe in you. That's one thing that I've learned after opening or starting a business. And guys, I'm so humbled, I'm so honored, and thank you so much. I have a lot that is coming. Stay tuned, because we are not stopping at this. This is just the beginning, but I wanted to appreciate you. I wanted to appreciate you for pushing me. I see you guys sharing my videos, and I'm like, wow, what is this? You will forgive me, guys. I'm doing lifestyle content, but sometimes I put farming, because I'm into farming so much currently. I'm doing farming. That's why I share information, like once in a while I share information that I think maybe would be important to some people, to my subscribers there, because I cannot pay you with money. I don't have it, but I really appreciate, and I feel like every information that is important to me, it might be important for someone out there. So pardon me if sometimes I post farming content that maybe you don't expect, but we are working on that before the end of before the end of next year. Of course, we shall be, God willing, we shall be having a farming YouTube channel specifically for farming, but for now, bear with me, but I think you need it. So thank you so much. That's what I had for you. If you feel like you have a business, or you have a YouTube channel, or you have your brand and you want to rebrand, please go for it. Just go for it. I'm a live example as why you need to rebrand. If your heart tells you so, just go for it. Otherwise, that's what I had for you. Thank you for being here. This is made by me. from Premium Glam. I have a business page on Instagram. It is, come and support me. We deliver. We do deliver. I've been delivering at a free cost within Uganda and Kampala. Within Kampala, I've been delivering at a free cost from October. I started in October up to the end of December. So whatever you want, any design, tell me, I make it for you. But otherwise, let me see you in the next video.